everybody, this is Taz. Welcome back to Taz's Wig Closet. I'm excited today to do an unboxing and review of the brand new Parker style by Jon Renau, new for fall 2019. I'm going to show it in the color Venice Blonde, which is 22F16S8. So let's get started with the unboxing. Now the weather conditions outside is there was harsh sunshine earlier today when I started this review. And when you have a lot of harsh sun coming into the window plus some studio lighting, it's really hard to see colors. That's why I try to take you outside for a look at the colors with each review. I've opened the outside box, but I have not looked inside yet. So here's the box that it came in. Right. So right away we know it's a lace front. I love the Jon Renau lace fronts. They're always so beautiful. And there's the tag. Let's take a look. There's a little care pamphlet in there. It's kind of breezy out here today. And then obviously the tissue paper there. There, look at that inside, Lays Parker. Right away, I notice that this Venice Blonde is a very ashy tone blonde. It has some really light, cool highlights in it. They always package it in a way that protects the wig. So after removing the net, beautiful blonde. I own Venice Blonde on Miele, and I also have that review out there. This one seems even more ashy in tone, I think, than Miele. An inside look at the cap. There's that beautiful temple to temple smart lace front. It does not extend into the ear tab, and it's supposed to have a left monofilament side part. Very, very nice construction. The lace front and the side part seem to be very soft and pliable. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Right away, I can tell that there's limited permatease, that the fibers are very fine. It's about average density, doesn't seem too thick or heavy. This is going to be a cute one. Let me go ahead and put it on for the first time. I always cinch in the adjusters just a bit, and it looks like there's going to be just a standard felted nape there with Velcro adjusters. As soon as I put it on, I'll remark on the fit. Now remember, I'm a 21¼ inch circumference, so that's a petite average size. And with a little bit of a breeze going here, I think you can really see just how light and delicate these fibers are. It feels really nice on my head. So I'm thinking this is probably average size right out of the box. I cinched it in slightly to accommodate a petite average circumference. That's exactly what an average cap should do. So with the adjusters, you should be able to get a ½ inch adjustment either way. So if it's average, you can fit down to a petite average. I wouldn't want to speculate if it would fit an average large. Let's go on inside and review this style. So now that we have Parker unboxed, I took it off, I gave it some shakes, I removed the tag and just kind of swirled around on the cap just to kind of set those fibers free. That's all I have done. I haven't used any styling or any styling product. I literally have had this on about 3 to 5 minutes. Of that new fall collection by Jon Renau, Parker is the one that I was anticipating the most. It just kind of ticks off all the boxes for me. I'm not disappointed. It's a short little bob cut. It's classic and practical, but they really elevated it with a lot of spicy texture and a little bit of wave. I'm really liking what I see. So let's run down the specs because I think this layering really makes this style. So in the front, you're going to see about an 8.75 inch bang area. So if you're familiar with styles like Jon Renau's Ignite, it's probably going to hit you about the same place that your Ignite will. Now in the back, you're going to see a 9-inch crown, and that meets up with a 4-inch nape. So the way that layering meets up, it creates a voluminous kind of a ledge effect in the back. There's a 6.75 inch layer on the sides. This style weighs about 3.3 ounces and features a lace front, left monofilament part. The lace front is well done. And as we noticed in the unboxing, it does not extend back into the ear tab, but it does run temple to temple. And then you have a left monofilament side part that goes nearly back to the crown. I feel like that side part creates some visible scalp appearance because the density is just so nice on the top. So for those of you that have not seen the color Venice Blonde 22F16 S8, let's go ahead and unpack this color real quick. What you're going to notice on this particular color, and this is going from my own eye, is a medium to a light ash blonde base color. And then it's kind of finely highlighted with a natural pale light blonde color. And all of that is on a medium brown root. So my overall impression of this color is that it's more neutral to ashy in tone. It's going to please all of the ash blonde lovers out there. So now that we've been through the specs on Parker, let's go ahead and dig a little bit deeper and break down this style. So it reminds me of one of those classic bob cuts that we used to see, kind of heavy and round and polished, and it's been elevated or modernized for today's world. I think it could go easily from a very casual look to an evening or even a more sophisticated look, a professional look. Starting at the crown, about halfway down, it is straight. There's not a whole lot of volume on the crown. And then based on where those layers end and meet, you're going to see quite a bit of volume. And like I said, in the back, a little bit of a ledge effect. What I really love is the texturizing that they've done. They've done a lot of texturizing on these waves. So the waves kind of creep out right around the lower fourth or third of this style, and then they're heavily razored or thinned on the ends. Now around the face, it's just kind of a delicate wave or a delicate curl, and it does seem to go away from the face. This style looks like it has a lot of hair and a bigger density, doesn't it? I'm here to tell you that it's just an average density. They've done such a great job with this. It is not heavy at all, only at 3.3 ounces. Each of these hairs are very delicate and fine and wispy. It's a very fine texture, baby fine, very light and very dry separated feeling. Another thing that is very pleasing on this style is that it's not loaded with heavy, thick permatease. So you're going to find just a thin layer of permatease around that monofilament on the top and at the crown. Where you would typically find the most on a voluminous bottom is a lot of permatease at the bottom. I'm not really sensing that. There is permatease there, but it doesn't seem to be too thick or too heavy. And I'm really impressed with the movement of these fibers as well. best part when you go to style it and make it your own. So right out of the box, you've got that left monopart, right? And there's not much permatease. You're not going to get a lot of volume that's going to stay on the top. I'm a big fan of permatease, and I really like a lot of lift on the top. So I'm going to have to achieve that through styling because there's not a lot of natural ingredients that are going to give that to me. One of the tricks that I am going to do here is to mess with that part a little bit. I've got 1 inch to 1.5 inch parting space that I can work with on this style and still stay well within that monofilament. So what I'm going to do is just take some fiber and separate it a little bit differently, part it just a tad differently than what it was, how it came out of the box. Now when that happens, you'll see that's automatically going to create just a little bit of lift on top because those fibers were laying in the box a certain way, and we try to take it out of that pattern. It's going to resist a little bit and create some volume. You can always use the heat from your hand to kind of tamp down that part again, but again, I'm looking for a little bit of volume, and by just playing around with that part a little bit, I'm able to get the volume that I want. Many of you are always curious about how glasses fit with the wig. Now we're all built differently. It depends on your glasses and things like that, but I want to try, so I have my readers here. I always try to fit them between the ear and the ear tab first. If that doesn't work, if it's not a secure fit, then I'll slip them under the ear tab. So it seems to work perfectly between the ear and the ear tab. The glasses are resting on the ear very comfortably, and it seems very secure. I'm finding that you can definitely get a nice ear tuck because the density is not too thick. There's no permatease there. And I think it's super cute. Wearing it off of the face is definitely going to be something you'll want to think about when deciding on how to wear it. So just kind of scooping it back. You might want to use a little bit of spray or something. Gives a nice wispy look to it. So I really like that edgy modern look on my styles. So I like to bring up the texture and the wave in all of my styles. So if you wanted a more smooth look, you could just smooth those layers with your hands. Use the heat from your hands, and obviously here you can see it's really not going to take much to really tame and smooth these fibers. But I like it big and wild, and I want to bring out the texture. So I think what I'll do is just spritz the layers, each one individually, spritz those layers with some water, kind of scrunch them in, kind of separate a little bit with my fingers. That's going to bring out all of that modern texture. You could use a little bit of wig spray on top of this just to kind of give it that wet, air dried look. But when this dries, if you resist combing and brushing it, it should stay in that textured pattern. So thank you so much everybody for joining me for a review of the new Jon Renau Parker. See you next time on Taz's Wig Closet.